Hey everyone, this is J-Dog, and I'm here with another video. So basically, you had racist rookie cops got fired for targeting black communities for target practice, yet the mainstream media decided to hide it. So, we're going to play this video of what happened.
3 City of Miami police officers fired tonight. They were caught talking to each other, joking about using certain neighborhoods as, quote, target practice. The details from CBS 4's Ted Scouten.
3 rookie Miami cops will start the new year out of uniform. They were fired after making what the department said were inappropriate comments in a WhatsApp chat room of other officers.
It shows a lack of respect.
It began with an officer asking, "Anyone know of an indoor shooting range in Miami?" Officer Kevin Bergnes chimed in saying, "Go to Model City. They have moving targets." That's part of Liberty City. Later, Officer Miguel Valdez said, "There's a range in Overtown at 1 and 11. Moving targets and they don't charge." He's talking about an intersection. He goes on, "Yeah, and they even run scenarios and pretend like they're shooting heroin." Responding to another officer who didn't understand the reference, Officer Bruce Alson says Valdez, he wouldn't understand till he worked there.
These comments don't belong in the City of Miami Police Department.
Community activist Tangela Sears is happy the Miami police chief took action.
They've come a long way, and every time they identify these guys, I think they need to do just what the chief did, terminate them.
In a statement, the chief said the actions of those officers were found to be inconsistent with the mission and values of our department.
The city just chose to enforce the death penalty when it didn't warrant it.
Stefan Lopez represents the fired officers. He said the problem is these...
So they got some kind of lawyer, all of a sudden, even though they had wrong, they were the ones that were wrong, you got these police defenders. But let's continue on.
Officers are young and did not have the proper training. He insists race...
That don't matter. They said racial things. They know that they should not be saying racial things. That's even before you joined the force.
Did not play a role here.
I don't think they have a lack of respect for the community. Again, one of the officers, Bruce Alson, is African American. You got Miguel Valdez, who has African American.
See, now that all of a sudden they're going to bring up their race and saying they're African American and stuff like that. See, he's trying to cover for the cops. So basically, he's talking about that one of the cops must have had self-hate issues. If that cop was trying to do all this racial stuff towards other black people, then that cop must have had self-hate when he put on that uniform. Continue on.
So to say that they don't respect their own community is incongruous with reality.
They probably don't have respect for their own community. They probably have self-hate.
The Miami Police Union backs the officers, saying in part, everyone at the MPD knows that when it comes to shootings in the city, that district is completely out of control. But the manager rather focused on text messages than the senseless killings and violent crime in Overtown Model City areas. The city manager fired back. Comments like those made by the 3 probationary officers suggesting the use of human beings for target practice do not reflect the community.
But you know what? That's enough. And I guess that's when the video ends. But you know what? I've heard enough. First of all, shout out to brother Tyrone X for tweeting this. And, you had these cops just to say all kinds of things, but we know they were all saying it in code for target black people. And yet you had the mainstream media try to cover this story and try to sweep this story under the rug. Oh, and this, by the way, happened in Florida, of all places. We all know what's going on in Florida. Zimmerman, the Stand Your Ground law, those mass shootings. Yeah, everything is happening in Florida. That's why a lot of black people are starting not to go to Florida. But, yeah, I am glad that they got fired. But that's still not a victory for the black community, because there needs to be more severe punishments happening to these officers. Although I'm just happy that they better stay fired. What I also should see is that they should put down that they should not be eligible to go to another department in any city or state. They have to find a way to do that. That will be something advanced to do as well. Because that's what happens with some of these officers. They get fired one place but yet get transferred to another. They need to stay away from police force, period. And like I said, the media try to sweep this under the rug, but I'm glad people like me are talking about it. That's why we have new black media to talk about this stuff when the lamestream media tries to sweep it under the rug. I will leave the link to this tweet from Brother Tyrone X in the description box and comment section. But yeah, this is just terrible. This is terrible. But I'm glad they got fired. I want to know what y'all think in the comment section. Write down in the comment section what you think about this. Make sure you share this link and this video, because everyone needs to be talking about it. Everyone needs to hear about this, because this is what goes on in majority of some of these police departments. These cops doing all this racial stuff, and then the media is trying to sweep it under the rug. Like I said, also like the video, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for when I do other videos. This is J-Dog. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch y'all in another video. Peace, everyone.